All right, hey guys, this is a less casual ramble. Sorry for where I was all over the show earlier. I just kind of woke up a bit tired, and then I thought I'd do a market update, not realizing how all over the show my brain was that early on in the morning. Okay, so I've been sitting with the idea of turning point 10 coming in earlier than anticipated, and here's my reasoning why I'm thinking that. So if I go over to quickly group this up. Let's do this into that over there. So by bringing back my previous forecast, I have not really loved the idea of how this price has been shaped. So for me, it's super important that price hugs and responds to the arcs and the fans, because then it works in line with everything we've been talking about from regards to nature and the laws of nature and that kind of thing. So what's been bothering me in particular is just the shape of how this point has grown in a 33 whatever angle, a 66-degree angle upwards instead of along this arc over here. So that's not normal for me. Let me zoom it in a bit more. So what I'm saying is that let's move that out the way. Let's get this arrow going over here. So what I'm saying is that price should have kind of interacted with this arc here a bit further, and then once it came to this region, decided to come back down. But instead, it's gone in quite sharply to the upside, which is a bit of concern for me because, again, I prefer when this Gann fan is completely abided by. And right now, it just didn't feel right with the way that it's gone. So from there, what I had another look at was the switch over here on the oscillator, right? So it's actually going to the upside, and it's indicating that it's ready for some more action. And when I see something like this, I don't necessarily get excited on the idea that price is going to go downwards for much longer than that. So this says to me that could be missing something, and it could be an early warning that the trend has turned around. So with that thinking, I started to add my further analysis and see what we came up with. Before I show you that, just to remind you, the reason why we said it would go down here is because to keep a downtrend, price would have to break the previous low for that to happen. But I don't necessarily see it happening now. And again, by analyzing our 8 to 9, I don't think this is going up to form a 9. I think what's happened is that it's actually come round. It has found its confluence with the time projection tool. So let's kind of line that up. The confluence with the time projection tool, the sine wave, and the interaction at this first arc over here. So for me, it started to kind of say, hey man, this could be the turning point. Instead of where that yellow box was down there, this is pretty much where it may have been. So I said, okay, let's explore that idea. The market is fluid and we move along with it. Just because we set our projection will happen and doesn't guarantee it's going to happen. But trust me, we're close enough to the price action to be there, to be in fluidity and in flow with it in case anything changes. So this is what that is right now. Okay, so let's move the 10 away, get nice and clear on what happens here. And by doing so, we add back our information. So now that we've put this new projection out, I see that there is a lot of confluence over the 1 over 4 and the 1 over 2. So my Gann fan, or my Gann fans actually, you'll see here, if we go to the 1 over 4, you can see how it's hugged its way up. And then the 1 over 2, how it's hugged its way up. And now we're entering the kill zone, and I see it kind of piercing through a bit, which means that we're going to see further action to the upside, potentially. Okay, we work on a world of probabilities. This is the highest likely probability to unravel. So, with thanks to the aerial view, with thanks to the top-down view to see what's been happening, it started to make better sense of what we were dealing with on the ground level. I entered, well, I was thinking of entering a short over here, and as you can tell by my previous post, that I already would have recommended it for you guys as well. But after it got rejected here at the 1/2 line, so let me show you what that looks like again. So the 1/2 line, that's the line that's flashing over there. I've seen the price edge upwards, which makes that this potentiality or the previous probability null and void. That's a non-starter. Thanks for playing. Sorry, but that ain't gonna happen, friend. So from here, we take that away, and then we see, oh, wow, there we go. You see how this is operating in unison, guys? See how this price is etching up and how it's pushing up against that at the same time? It's evidently the same thing. Okay, so this is giving us that aerial view, that airstrike, that drone view on the landscape, and then the ground control. This is our guys in the trenches and on the floor being guided by what we're seeing here. Okay, and it's really working very well. So we're going to take that probability of turning around, and then we're going to allow this to build up, which by the looks of things is going to go in that direction. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of guys in the hater camp that says, oh, dude, you just said it was short and now you're saying it's long. How could you do that? Well, it's because we remain fluid with the market and we work alongside the market. We respect it and we don't kind of get caught up in our egos to think, okay, cool. Because we said the market will do this, the market will do that, and we arrogantly and ignorantly just hang back for that to happen when it turns out that it doesn't happen and we get a stop loss instead. We much rather protect our capital, and by doing exactly what we're doing, we're going to do that continuously from this point forward. All right, my friends, I hope that made sense to you. From a technical analysis perspective, there should be chart porn, basically. Because to me, this is absolutely outstanding. Just to kind of give this market update off on a high, there's a potentiality from my side that we could be heading off to the $62,000 or $63,000 range. So I hope that appeals to you as much as it does to me, because when you start putting leverage to these kind of trades, it really becomes quite a delicious sight, especially on the accounts. All right, cool, guys. Have a great day further, as mentioned in the last market update, and I'll catch up with you later on. Ciao for now.